Fortnite secretly changes things all the time, from emotes that had their audio changed entirely without anyone noticing to a trailer that was silently removed, or even Fortnite secretly changing ammo boxes. Here's 20 secret changes that everybody missed. After Hella was added to the item shop this week, dedicated fans rushed to test if she can use the Mjolnir pickaxe, and they were super disappointed to find out that she can't. This has many people upset because in Marvel's Thor Ragnarok, Hella can not only pick up but even break the hammer with ease, so she should just be able to hold it. This isn't the first time that this has happened though, because when the Stormbreaker pickaxe was first added, it could only be used with Thor and Mighty Thor, another inaccuracy that was secretly fixed. So it's only a matter of time before Epic secretly changes this in order for Hella to be able to use the hammer too. During the World Cup era, the Kiss the Cup emote was released to celebrate Fortnite's huge event, but it was later completely changed. After the Most Wanted update, instead of the classic 2019 World Cup theme, it now plays a completely different sound, which is nothing compared to the original version. Epic seemingly forgot about this, so the emote may never get its old audio back. Something that also happened after the Most Wanted update was the fact that Epic secretly tried to copy Overwatch. The Cabby hamster spray was added in the files, and fans of Overwatch surely will recognize that it's identical to the artwork from the game. Players noticed and called Epic out on this, leaving them no other option but to change the spray's appearance to a similar yet different design. All seemed good until everyone realized the old version's still visible on the back of the alias skin, so it was never removed. That wasn't the only time Epic secretly changed cosmetics to avoid controversy. The same thing happened with the Astro Assassin skin, who was originally known as Gemini. Gemini was one of the most popular skins when it was first leaked, only for players to realize the design was stolen from the Paladin skin, creating lots of discussion around the topic. One day, out of nowhere, Epic updated its design to match the current day Astro Assassin, and everyone agreed this was a downgrade. But the OG version was spotted in Billie Eilish's loading screen, so we never know what could happen. That wasn't the only cosmetic change, as Fortnite's very first dance used to sound very different. The default dance, alongside its two classic emo audios, which we've come to know over the years, also had a secret third one which had a chance to be played. This was sadly secretly removed very early back in the day due to unknown reasons, so if you remember this, you're a true OG. Speaking of OG, Fortnite's return to the Chapter 1 map saw the addition of the Cube Island in celebration of Season 6. However, a lot were immediately upset when they realized that Epic secretly added the creative version, meaning the cube didn't even have any bouncy physics or the ability to zap players like it used to. The cherry on top was that the whole floating island vanished when joining the Big Bang event without any explanation, leaving us to assume Epic did this so the event could play out as intended, but still super disappointing. This appears to be a recurring trend, as another POI disappeared completely just recently. If you landed frequently at the Marigold Yacht, you'll surely remember how it was gone after the latest update, leaving nothing behind. While no real reason was given, it's probably due to the Midas event being over, so he and his crew have just dipped. It's unfortunate, but we are going to see them again in OG Part 2. Midas isn't the only one to dip though, because if you're familiar with the dip emote, you might have noticed that it was secretly changed. After it was granted for free, players quickly started abusing it, as it was pretty useful for evading shots between close range fights, especially in zero build. Epic had to nerf it, so when nobody noticed, they actually made it so you take more time before a player falls to the ground. Therefore, it can't be spammed to keep you safe from enemy fire anymore. But if you do take enemy fire, there's a secret way to heal that not a lot of people know of. The Flowberries, Chapter 5's new healing item, and last season there were barrels added for them, but there's no way to tell them apart as they use the slurp barrel textures. Epic accidentally forgot to update them to use their own separate look, so ever since they've existed hidden in plain sight. They're usually found near fencing fields, so check them all as you never know which could grant you the Flowberry effect. As for other ways to heal, players were surprised to find that during Fortnite OG, a core healing factor was gone. The big ammo boxes no longer would drop big potions anymore and were silently removed, taking away their primary benefit. Even with the release of Chapter 5, we still didn't see their addition, so it's safe to say that this is now a thing of the past, leaving the community upset as these could always come in clutch. Speaking of things in the past, a lot of you may not know this, but the Waterworks emote used to have a different audio. In the early days of the game, when using the emote, you would hear a baby crying, and we can all agree that this would have been way more toxic. For a lot of unknown reasons, this was shortly changed into the sobbing audio that we have in the present day, and we can only assume it was because having a crying baby in the game wouldn't have been a good choice. What was indeed a wise choice was the secret change made to llamas. If you remember in Chapter 2 Season 7, the invasion season, llamas were made so they could now walk away and disappear if not opened in time. This all changed in Fortnite OG when Epic reverted the change to give players the true OG feeling of getting a llama. Seeing how well received the change was, they decided to keep it around in Chapter 5, so next time you find a llama, you won't have to worry about it running away. To open these llamas, you might have used a burst assault rifle, which came back in Fortnite OG, but with a twist. In early Chapter 2, the burst arrow was reworked into shooting only 2 bullets per second instead of 3, making it more viable in the process. But to deliver an accurate experience, this was reversed reverted in Season OG, making the burst as iconic as it used to be with the original 3 shots. Something else that's bursting are the rockets and the rocket spinner emote, which had an entirely different look when it first released. Before using the holographic rockets, there was a version of this emote where the rockets were actually physical fireworks, and it looked way more epic in this. This was probably done by Epic at the time because they seemed to like the idea of holographic emotes like Rocket Rodeo, but who knows, maybe one day we'll see regular variants of these. What we did get a new variant for is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music pack, in which Epic accidentally messed up one of the characters' names. The song is supposed to say Leo, Raph, Donnie, and Mike, but it mistakenly says Ralph, leaving everyone to wonder who that was. Fortunately, Epic took notice and corrected their mistake, naming the iconic turtle properly this time. Or at least so it seemed, because they forgot to update it in Fortnite Festival, so if you play the jam track version, you could still hear the singer mention Ralph instead of Raph. And hey, maybe this was just a shout out to Ralph from Ralph Breaks the Internet, who knows. The internet wasn't the only thing being broken though, because not a lot of people remember, but there was a time when reboot vans couldn't even be used. Since their introduction, reboot vans have seen tons of changes, but nothing came close to Fortnitemare's Midas's Revenge, where they went all offline, unable to reboot anyone. This was due to the event introducing a new type of gameplay to eliminated players in the form of Midas's shadows. All eliminated people would become shadow creatures under the same team until either they or other players remained. Therefore, reboot vans were not necessary and got temporarily disabled until this event ended. Speaking of Midas and his shadows, everyone wonders what happened to his deleted cinematics. That's right, Midas once had a trailer with his voice reveal, and we were supposed to get 2 more, but never did.
Most thought that the burning wolf was simply a...
These were trailers for Midas's first Shadows crew packs, getting 1 trailer for each of his recruited agents. However, as the first one was released, it was mysteriously deleted a few hours later, and Epic never mentioned these trailers again, leaving us with many unanswered questions regarding what really happened. What we didn't get a trailer for but should have is one of the best secret changes in the game, which made a lot of Marvel fans happy. When Thor's Mjolnir pickaxe was added to Fortnite, hardcore fans of Marvel rushed to see if Epic stayed true to the franchise's lore, and to their surprise, they did. Captain America is one of the few worthy enough to use the hammer. And Epic took this one step further when the Thor Love and Thunder crossover was added, allowing the reformed Mjolnir pickaxe and Mjolnir's flight glider to be able to be used with Captain America as well, an awesome way of paying homage to the movies. Another time Epic took things a step further was when they secretly changed skill-based matchmaking, adding way too many bots to lobbies, but this time people noticed. Amidst Chapter 2 Season 2, many people started noticing bots overtaking their squad lobbies, with players getting up to 15 eliminations per game. It was actually because they wanted to adjust the skill gap between players, but the execution wasn't very good, so they ended up nerfing the number of bots in these games to a more balanced amount. Bots were one of the only things to get nerfed, as one of Epic's arguably worst decisions was nerfing the infinite dab. In multiple Chapter 1 updates, there was an ongoing joke about Epic increasing the infinite dab's duration in the lobby more and more, to the point of it having a longer runtime than any other emote ever, up to 15 hours, making it truly infinite. So players were disappointed to find out that it was changed in Chapter 4 Season 2, only lasting for a second again. But given its popularity, Epic rushed to fix it immediately and even increased the dab duration to 16 hours to make up for the unintentional removal of this core feature. Sometimes though, removals in Fortnite are very intentional, like the 7 set. They all share the catchphrase "one of the 7" as part of their description, but this was removed from the Visitor, the Paradigm, and the Scientist, leaving many to believe that we were getting new skins like the new Paradigm from Reality 659. Not only that, but the Scientist was initially called Visitor Volta when he was first added to the game files. This was instantly changed upon its official release, so it might have just been a placeholder. Thanks for watching, please like and sub for more.